Me, my name is Cody. Uh, yeah, I am the co-GM of the Philadelphia Liberty in the ISFL. I'm known around the league as the Gift God, and I am excited and here for a good time.
I am DeWalt 27. I am the GM of the Berlin Fire Salamanders. And I'm just here to hang out and have fun.
I'm Fly. I am the GM or the co-GM of the Ultimus winning Yellowknife Wraiths. And I'm here for the first time in probably 10 seasons, so I'm kind of excited.
I am Katarn, player name Albert Rushman. I am a co-GM for the London Royals in the DSFL. And if you don't know it already, I love pizza.
And I'm Zekel. I am the co-GM of the Portland Pythons, and my player Chuck Roth is on the Arizona Outlaws.
Yes.
Hello. So just looking over their stats right now, I see that Anders Christensen's the only one that had more than one touchdown. Preston Parker had one. Oh, no, I am completely wrong. I can't read.
I was going to say, if it's okay if I can speak up just for one of my guys. Shumi Hogan Vettel did have 2 punt return touchdowns, and I think the best average by a decent margin.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
actually, again, I was still muted, which is really funny. But this is a DSFL Returner of the Year. I'm JPack. I do stuff. I don't do stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Third time is the charm. But yeah, these guys have all returned some punts and kicks, and they're pretty epic. So let's see what's up. Anything else to say about these boys?
I wish they could all win it, unfortunately, but that's not the case.
True. Just to clarify again, Anders Christensen is of Portland, not Minnesota. And
Did
the
anyone
winner
notice?
of the Returner of the Year is Anders Christensen of the Portland Pythons. Wow.
It's well deserved.
Wow.
Yeah, that average is a big difference. That makes a lot of sense.
I was going to say, his 99-yard long, too, is very impressive.
Yeah, it was against Dallas.
Being the old guy in the league, it's so weird seeing Portland's jerseys as green.
True. Bring back the yellow. Hello. Okay. Now we're on to Punter of the Year. The nominees are Cade York of the Portland Pythons, Gluteus Maximus of the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Leo Bloomfield of the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, and Armando Galarraga from the Kansas City Coyotes. Tell me a little bit about these guys.
Well, I think the impressive one, the one that sticks out to me the most here, is Galarraga with 23 kicks inside the 20. I really like to look at field positioning when I start to go through the nominees.
Yep. I'm with DeWalt on this one. 23 inside the 20 is kind of one of those stats that's not really seen too much, but it's invaluable to, victory.
Yeah.
And he got quite the workout this year with Kansas City. I mean, a lot of punting. I love my Coyotes, but a rough year.
Yep.
Bright star.
True. Well, let's see who won it all. Boom. Armando Galarraga from the Kansas City Coyotes. Really.
He's throwing bombs with his feet.
True. Okay. Our nominees for Kicker of the Year are, once again, the same 4 people. Armando Galarraga from Kansas City Coyotes, Leo Bloomfield from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, Gluteus Maximus from Minnesota, and Kay York from Portland Pythons. How'd these guys do with the kicking stats?
Well,
Colorado. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say the 100% on field goals is impressive, but the extra points were a difficulty there, with only 76.2%.
I guess this guy kicks for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say it's him and Leo Bloomfeld would be up to in my book.
Yeah, I'd
Almost
say
perfect for
those are the top two.
Bloomfeld on the extra points. That's huge. I mean, in this sim especially.
There are some
Making extra
impressive
points.
longs here too. I mean, 55, 55, and 57, especially for the DSFL, is like pretty impressive.
Yeah, really booming it. Well, let's see who won. Leo Bloomfield from the Ultimate Champions Bondi Beach Buccaneer. Congrats, Leo Bloomfield. All right, for
Yeah.
safety of the year. Okay, someone was talking.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well deserved. One of the higher accuracies, along with not missing too many extra points. So, I think the voters just split the difference.
Yep. Yeah, definitely best of both worlds there, kind of.
Heck yeah. Well, the nominees for Safety of the Year are Mo Skeeter from the Portland Pythons, Stephen Wadham from the London Royals, Evan Jones from the Portland Pythons, and Oliver Sloan from Minnesota. Tell me a little bit about these guys.
Just looking over everything, I think it's going to be hard pressed for Mo Skeeter to not win it. Just all around great performance throughout the season. Had 8 sacks, he had a safety, 3 interceptions, scored a touchdown. I think he put together a really strong stat line.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody that has anything to say, Wadham. That stat line, 5 picks and 2 touchdowns. So, that's impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone knows voters only care about touchdowns, so it might go to Wadham.
Wadham, I know his 5 picks led the DSFL by 2. Nobody else had more than 3, I believe.
Well, should be an interesting thing to see which the voters preferred. So let's see who won it on. Stephen Wadham of the London Royals. Congratulations for winning Safety of the Year.
Always touchdowns.
I was joking, but I guess I'm right.
Always touchdowns.
Yeah, touchdowns only.
Oh.
Yeah, Wadham was great for us this year, honestly. You'll see it later, but he had a 3-pick game and was just kind of solid on defense for us all year.
Heck yeah. Well, congrats again, Stephen Wadham. The nominees for Cornerback of the Year are Buck Naked from the Tijuana Luchadors, Jason Bradshaw from the Dallas Bird Dogs, Lawrence Miller from the Portland Pythons, and Elijah Torres, also from the Portland Pythons. Give me a little bit about these boys.
I would have leaned toward Torres on this one. I mean, 1 touchdown, which is obviously a huge indicator of people are going to win the award, but he had, his stat line across everything: 4 fumbles, recoveries, sacks, interceptions.
1 TFL.
Yeah.
I will say this, as somebody who doesn't pay as much attention to the DSFL as I would like to anymore, just being busy with ISFL stuff, it really seems that Portland had a stud defense this year.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You'd really think we would have won the Ultimate, but here we are.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
They're both-
when your QB has a 16.9 passer rating in the Ultimate, you can't pull out the win. But
Funny how that works.
yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be a close race. Let's see who won. Elijah Torres from the Portland Pythons. Congratulations on winning Cornerback of the Year.
Yeah, that's very well deserved. Like somebody else was saying, his stat line was just crazy.
Heck yeah. All right. Nominees for Linebacker of the Year are Logan Sarensen of the London Royals, AJ Lucas of the Kansas City Coyotes, Alejandro Chainbreaker from the Minnesota Grey Ducks, and Wasrabi Gliel from the Minnesota Grey Ducks. I want everyone to pick who they think is going to win this time.
Whew.
This is a tough one.
Ooh,
Yeah, this is really tough.
In
This
first with the
was-
Logan Saracen. The looks like the most sacks and a decent amount of tackles for loss.
At least
I was
tackles,
actually leaning
though.
towards. I was leaning towards Galil, just based on
Yeah, I
the
was
tackles.
thinking Galil with myself because he also has a safety
For me,
and
it's
6
between-
PDs.
For me, it's between Saracen and Gleal. I think Saracen's sacks are, impressive considering the position, along with his TFLs, which are double that of Gleal. But again, I think they're both deserving.
Oh, I love safety, so I'm going with Galil.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see who was right. Bam! Wasrabi Gleal from the Minnesota Grey Ducks wins Linebacker of the Year. Congratulations, Wasrabi Gleal. It's like tackles matter? Question mark.
Safeties are the new
Safeties
touchdowns.
matter. Yeah.
Safeties,
True.
yep. They're the new touchdown.
True. You're getting a touchdown with their player instead of the ball.
You're getting a third of a touchdown, guys.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Onwards to DSFL Defensive Tackle of the Year. Monkey D. Luffy from the Dallas Bird Dogs. Carter Fox from the Portland Pythons. Daquan Madison from the Portland Pythons. Timmy Dimby from the Tijuana Luchadors. And Fergus Galahad Jr. from, I believe it's supposed to be, the Dallas Bird Dogs.
No, it's correct. It's the
It's-
London Royals.
I am wrong. As always, people are correct.
So, as somebody whose last two co-GMs have been defensive linemen, I know that they love tackle for losses, and if the voters went off that, then I think Carter Fox has the chance to take this. If not him, then Timmy Dimby.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
the
was leaning
TFL
towards Dimby.
The TFL numbers for both those guys are very impressive. But maybe I'm biased, but I do like to give a shout out to Fergus Callahan because 6 sacks as a DT is impressive. Some ends don't even get 6 sacks.
You
Very
are
true.
biased, but let's move on and see who the winner was. Fergus Galahad Jr. from the London Royals. Sometimes being a homer pays off. Congratulations,
There we go.
Fergus Callahan Jr.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. All right. The nominees for Defensive End of the Year are Owen Isaac from the Tijuana Luchadors, Lexus Dreyer from the Kansas City Coyotes, Chet Larson from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, Pope Francis from the Dallas Bird Dogs, and Bean Man from the Norfolk Seawolves.
Holy
Yeah, I
crap.
mean, Bean Beeman has
That dude
27 tackles for loss, which is the most
Yeah.
I've seen in my 4 seasons in the league.
Yeah.
And he has a safety. And he has 7
That's
sacks.
crazy.
27 TFLs, by the way, for those keeping score. It ties the DSFL record in a season.
It's got to be close to the NSFL record.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's up there.
If it wasn't for that, I mean, between Pope and Lexus, I would feel like we'd be one of them.
I don't know how you pick against the Pope. That's on you guys, but I'll take the Pope. I don't care if we're wrong.
All
Be you
right.
scared of getting smited,
Dang right.
smoten?
Smitten?
All right, let's see who won. Owen Isaac of the Tijuana Luchadors. Now that's pretty good.
It must have been the more
Yeah, the
sacks
10
and the
sacks.
more fumbles.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was
No
gonna say,
safety,
More
though.
tackles,
so-
yeah. That
Gotta question that.
sacks are the new touchdowns, don't you know?
I've heard that.
I can't keep up with this meta.
I know. Alrighty. For the nominees for the Offensive Lineman of the Year, we have Alexander Franklin from the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Dunkin' Donuts of the Dallas Bird Dogs, Matthias Ricochet from the Tijuana Luchadors, and Cheese Farley from the Kansas City Coyotes. I want to hear pancakes.
Ricochet.
Give me
I thought it was-
Ricochet had 62 pancakes.
I
So
thought it was
that's
pizzas
it.
now.
Oh, yeah, for Qatar it's pizzas, but give me those
That's
good
true.
Mr.
pancakes.
Mr. Farley seems like a bright spot for the Kansas City offense this
What
season.
are the other pancakes? I know I said no reading stats, but I have to know.
Ricochet had 62, Farley had 61, Alexander Franklin had 49, and Donuts had 55, all with 0 sacks allowed.
Well,
Yeah, it's impressive seeing the 0 sacks on there. Alexander Hortle is falling a little short.
I know that I might be biased here, but if none of them have sacks allowed, and Ricochet has the most pancakes, it should be, like, Ricochet winning unrefuted.
You would think so.
Exactly.
The only thing I will say is, Ricochet had 1 more pancake, but Cheese Farley, I know it's not mentioned in the stat line, had a total of 0 penalties on the season.
Well, that's impressive, but I'm a homer, so let's find out who won. And here's Ricochet from the Tijuana Luchadors. Sometimes playing clean doesn't pay off. Perfect. All right, with nominees for tight end of the year, we have Tim Tebow from the Norfolk Seawolves, James Wilkinson from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, Frank Michel from the London Royals, and Shane Benjamin from the Portland Pythons. Give me the info.
Yeah, I think Frank's got it. He is the most touchdowns and the most pancakes, and honestly, that's all a tight end is good for. So that wraps it up.
He also has the longest reception, so that'll help as well.
Yeah, I agree. And I just love Deadly, so that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, that one seems pretty straightforward.
Let's see if it is. The winner of tight end of the year, Frank Michel, the tight end from the London Royals. Congratulations. Our nominees
Way to go, Deadly.
for wide receiver of the year are Tug Speedman, the London Royals, Mario Messi of the Portland Pythons, 11 Kendrick Watts from the Kansas City Coyotes, and Shumi Holkenvettel from the London Royals. Let me know what's up, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this one's obviously Mario. He has 10 touchdowns, 72 receptions. You told me not to read stats, but I'm doing it.
Let's do it.
And he's the only player with double-digit touchdowns. He has the most touchdowns by 4. And counting-wise, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a lot.
Portland
Wow.
can count, confirmed.
Yep.
That's as many fingers as I have on my hands. Let's see if
yeah.
that works out. Well, the math checks out. Mario Messi from the Portland Pythons wins wide receiver of the year. Congratulations, Mario Messi.
Back-to-back wide receiver of the year.
I love seeing a soccer player win wide receiver of the year.
Heck yeah, bro. All right. The nominees for running back of the year are Madison Hayes of the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Akil Osmandius from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, Teriyaki from the London Royals, and Cobra Kai from the Dallas Bird Dogs.
Man, didn't Cobra Kai just run away with this?
Yeah, he's 1,700 yards. That's 450 more than anyone else. But I will say, if Osmandius could have played like he did in the Ultimate Mini every game, he probably would have won MVP.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think Cobra Kai takes us home, but I think there are definitely other strong contenders here, given the volume that Cobra Kai had.
Heck yeah. Well, let's...
Forgetting those pancakes.
Ooh,
Okay.
pancakes. Let's see who wins. Bam. Cobra Kai, running back for the Dallas Bird Dogs. Congratulations, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai never die.
Hell of a season.
Heck yeah. Well deserved, as some people would say. Moving on to nominees for DSFL Quarterback of the Year. We have Ryan Neggs from the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Jackie Daytona from the Portland Pythons, Matt Peterson from... Isn't Jackie Daytona
He's Bondi.
Bondi Beach? Yeah, okay. Jackie Daytona from Bondi Beach, Matt Peterson from the Kansas City Coyotes, LeBron James III from the Portland Pythons, and Charlemagne Cortez of the London Royals. Give me stats.
All
Let's
right.
go.
So somebody who is a former DSFL quarterback and absolutely dreaded it because my stats were absolutely horrible the whole time I was there. To see that LeBron James threw 20 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions and then also ran 3 in, that is pretty ridiculous, and I think he's a lock.
Yeah, that's crazy impressive. I know as a voter, one of the first things I look at is obviously the touchdown interception ratio, and it's nice to have big touchdowns, but that's crazy impressive.
Yeah,
I think that one's pretty much a lock.
Heck yeah. Well, let's find out if voters voted the way you think they did. They did! LeBron James III from the Portland Pythons wins quarterback of the year. Congratulations, LeBron James.
Yeah, it's a stellar season.
Yeah, really nice season.
I was gonna say, there's a reason the Pythons are in the Ultimate with a quarterback like that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Offensive Rookie of the Year. Xander Creed from the Kansas City Coyotes. Madison Hayes from the Minnesota Grey Ducks. Drip Dad from the Tijuana Luchadors. 11 Kendrick Watts from the Kansas City Coyotes. And Shane Benjamin from the Portland Pythons. Give me
I
beats.
I want to let this be known that Xander Creed has probably the coolest name that I've seen in a long time.
The heck? You're talking to me. What?
Yeah, I mean, Xander Creed is 10 total touchdowns. That's the most here, and voters like touchdowns apparently. So
That's true. Voters love touchdowns. It's kind of hard to compare cross positions, but the 941 yards from Kendrick Watts is still pretty impressive. The 6 touchdowns is probably what doesn't put him over the top, but
Sure.
yeah.
Well,
I do think Madison Hayes has a good case here if you consider their receiving stats. They had 387 yards and 40 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Xander Creed had, I'm not saying he had, anything close to that, but it was still decent.
yeah. Well, you know what they
I think
say.
it's a 2-horse race between Creed and Hayes in this one.
Sure. Well, let's see if touchdowns are the new touchdowns. All right. Xander Creed from the Kansas City Coyotes. Congratulations on winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Good job.
Yeah.
What a cool name.
Yeah, cool name, cool award, cool all around.
Cool guy. All right. The nominees for DSFL Defensive Rookie of the Year are Jim the Vampire from the Dallas Bird Dogs, Buck Naked from the Tijuana Luchadors, Fergus Callahan Jr. of the corrected London Royals, Lawrence Miller from the Portland Pythons, and Bean Man from the Norfolk Seawolves. What's up?
I'm going to still shout out Beanman again. I hope that he doesn't get overlooked here. That's definitely Defensive Tackle of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year in the ISFL. So those 27 tackles for a loss are just huge.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's bad by any means to get nominated for this, but that stat line just jumps off the page when you're looking at it. I mean, it's probably the first thing you look at, and it's hard to get past that.
Yeah,
And
I have to agree.
I would be shocked if he didn't win this one.
All right, let's see if you're going to be shocked. Bean Man did not get snubbed. Congratulations on winning the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Nice.
That's hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah. 27 tackles for losses? That's nuts.
Great render choice, too.
True. What is he drinking? I don't know. Anyway, the
Award.
nominees for Offensive Performance of the Year are Madison Hayes from the Minnesota Grey Ducks for their performance in Week 7. Big Chungus from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers for their performance in Week 8. Akil Osmandius from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers for their performance in Week 13. LeBron James III for the whole season, ? And the Cobra Kai for Week 9 from the Dallas Bird Dogs. Give me the deets on this one.
I'm going to shout out my boy LeBron here. I don't necessarily think he's going to win, but 270 yards as a quarterback is incredible, and then to top it off with 75 running yards when the long was only 23 is one crazy good performance.
Yeah, I mean that's a great performance. The thing that's gonna kill him is the touchdowns when you see Cobra Kai has 3 and uh
Big Chungus
yeah,
also has, or one of them is 3. Osmandius.
Ozymandias.
so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
probably gonna come down to those when it comes to big performance and um I think Osmandius is probably gonna sneak away with it with more yards.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Ozymandias had a better average, significantly more than other, rushers in this class or this award. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ozymandias won here.
All right, well, let's find out. Congratulations to Akil Ozymandias for their performance in Week 13.
Touchdowns are the new touchdowns.
Touchdowns are the new touchdowns. Those are some words to live by. All right. Let's see the nominees for DSFL Defensive Performance of the Year. They are Ty Tyson from the Portland Pythons for their performance in Week 1. Mo Skeeter from the Portland Pythons for their performance in Week 3. Buck Naked from the Tijuana Luchadors for their performance in Week 2. Oh, geez. Jonas Redfield, Gab Johnson from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers for their performance in Week 10, and Stephen Wadham from the London Royals for their performance in Week 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
got
just
to be
excited.
Wadham. 3 interceptions. That's crazy.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Gab Johnson. Gab
I was gonna-
Johnson?
He has a touchdown. Touchdowns
Yeah, I
are
mean,
the
his
new
stat line,
touchdown.
I mean, he's got 3 turnovers in the game. So, I mean, he's on the same as Wadham there with the touchdown. And I'm excited for J-Patch to try to say his name again.
Okay.
I hope he wins. Please let him win.
I think I gotta go with Wadham on this one. 3 picks is impressive.
All right, let's see if picks are the new TDs. Stephen Wadham for their performance in Week 16. Congratulations, Stephen Wadham.
Picks are the new TDs. Meta changing once again.
True. All right. The award we've all been waiting for. Nominees for DSFL General Managers of the Year. From the Kansas City Coyotes, Glims TC? Question mark? And what a miss.
Glimpse.
Glims. From the Norfolk Sea Wolves, Joab, or however you pronounce it. And Jimmy64. From the London Royals, oh my god, Mag and ABH. From the Dallas Bird Dogs, Youngarius and Kaya. And then from Portland Pythons, South and Furious Panda. Let's see. What do you guys got to say about
Time to
these
shame.
boys? All deserved. Let's get it out there right now. Every single one of these people deserved. Everyone not on the list, not deserved. Exactly. No one else has anything to say about these people. Cool. Am I lagging out? Maybe. This is interesting. Interesting for sure. Cool. So, I am lagging out, which is nice. Oh, heck, we're back. Hello?
Hello.
We're back. Nice.
Hello.
Awesome. I don't know what happened. Discord sucks. But tell me a little bit about the general manager of the year.
I think we just
Again?
did that. But...
No, you didn't, because I didn't hear you, which means they didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Well,
We liked Portland because they did a good job, and there was a shout out to Norfolk.
Congratulations, Portland and Norfolk, for being recommended by the casters. Let's see how the voters felt. Boom! GM of the Year from Portland Pythons, RDB Southpaw, and Furious Panda. Awesome. Congratulations. It was my Discord
No
that was
surprise.
being
Yeah, no
the
surprise
issue.
there.
But yeah, they did a really nice job. 13-1 season. Pretty epic. Nominees for the DSFL Offensive Player of the Year. is Cobra Kai from the Dallas Bird Dogs, Akil Ozymandias from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, Madison Hayes from the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Mario Messi of the Portland Pythons, and LeBron James III of the Portland Pythons. Whoa.
Votes for
I'll
LBJ.
be a physician homer again, and I'm going to go with LeBron James.
I'd just like to remind you that Offensive Players of the Year cannot win MVP.
So it's Kai then.
So this runner-up, if there is a tie, or if one of them wins, the same person wins, the runner-up will get this award. So
I would.
I'd say Cobra.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
LeBron's going to get MVP. So I think Cobra gets this just based on the yardage. That yardage is impressive. Almost a 2,000 yard season, or is a 2,000 yard season. So
heck yeah.
I'd
Cobra
love to
for
see,
offensive
that's
player.
not-
I mean, everyone on this list had a good season. Let's just throw that out there right now.
Yes, that's very true.
Congratulations.
I'd love to see Ozymandias or Hayes win it, but I think Kai's stats are just too much.
All right. Well, let's see how it ended up. Cobra Kai gets Offensive Player of the Year. Congratulations, Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Bammo.
beast.
Wash that down
Great
with
cap
that
to a great
sports
season.
banquet.
Heck yeah. All right. The nominees for Defensive Player of the Year are Elijah Torres of the Portland Pythons, Mo Skeeter of the Portland Pythons, Wasrabi Gliel of the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Stephen Wadham of the London Royals, and Logan Sorensen of the London Royals.
I'll finally jump on the Wadham train. Been winning everything else. I'm gonna pick him.
Well,
I think
Yeah.
he's just
I think the nominees here just speak to the the prowess of London and Portland's defenses this year. That being said, Wasrabi Gliel does have a very impressive stat line. 140 tackles, 6 sacks, the safety. I had a difficult time picking this one.
yeah, you know that safeties are the new TVs, so let's see
it's clearly gonna be safety.
what ended up being Defensive Player of the Year. Stephen Wadham from the London Royals.
Nailed it.
Congratulations. Man.
He had one hell of a season, I was gonna say.
Hey, congrats to the Royals, man.
Yeah, pretty epic.
Yeah. Royals and Pythons just clean up.
Yeah. Couldn't clean up the championship, though. Anyway, the nominees
Oh,
for most dedicated
snaps.
member are Excelsior Bandit 239 and Menace 0528. Tell me a little something about these guys. I'd like to remind everyone that most dedicated member goes out to the user and the time and effort they put into the league, while almost every other award is based around your player. So that's pretty epic. So give me a little bit something about these guys. I totally know who any of these guys are. That's for sure.
I will say that, I wish I knew more, but I know going just from the scouting and from having people involved with Kansas City, I know that Bandit has done a lot there. And I've heard nothing but praise about him. So going off of what I know, I would say him. But if anybody else has anything, feel free to share.
Yeah, Bandit's definitely been an active member. Menace, he's mostly known as Blorgle on Discord. He's put out a good number of podcasts. He's great in the London locker room. And
Yeah.
I know he's the top-rated prospect coming into the ISFL draft.
Yeah, I was about to say, Menace, otherwise known as Blorgle, is super active in London and a really, really nice guy. And like Cody said, his podcasts are always a good listen. I know Excelsior also has been putting out pretty much
Blorgle
weekly
gang.
media. Yes, hashtag Blorgle gang. Excelsior has been putting out, lots of media on the forums, which is very impressive, especially for a new user. So that's always encouraging to see. I don't know. I really don't know who's going to take this one home.
Well, let's find out. Congratulations, Excelsior, for DSFL Most Dedicated Member.
picture.
Makes sense.
Congrats.
Yeah, well deserved.
No wrong choices.
Correct. Awesome. Okay, most valuable player nominees are LeBron James III from the Portland Pythons, Madison Hayes from the Minnesota Grey Ducks, Cobra Kai from the Dallas Bird Dogs, Akil Osmandius from the Bondi Beach Buccaneers, and Mario Messi from the Portland Pythons.
As a defensive player, this hurts to see, but I think we basically have to think it's a lock for Ron James.
Nope, I'm taking Cobra Kai.
I
Interesting.
It's a bold
Yeah.
move. No, LeBron
Yeah.
has this. I mean, that touchdown interception ratio in the DSFL is honestly impressive. I mean, you don't even care about the completion percent at this point.
If LeBron wasn't on this ballot, I think it'd be a lot tougher decision. But since he is, and given you said his 20-2 touchdown to interception ratio, I think it's a clear choice.
Not to mention, I think you have to value and with offensive player, I don't care about team success as much. With MVP, you have to look at the record, and once you add in Portland's record in there, it's an easy choice.
Nice. Okay, well, let's see who bringing it home. LeBron James III, congratulations on winning S26 DSFL MVP. Nice.
Yeah,
SFL
congrats.
MVP award is the new Ultimate.
Congrats on one of the best quarterback seasons in a long time.
True.
Yeah,
epic.
just insane.
That's especially in the DSFL. That's very impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to ISFL Awards. The nominees for Returner of the Year are Flash Panda from the Philadelphia Liberty, Brandon Booker of the Orange County Otters, Matt Krause from the Berlin Fire Salamanders, Ricky Vaughn from the San Jose Sabercats, and Sean Dawkins from the Honolulu Hahalua.
So as much as I like Matt Krause, because I think he had one heck of a season, you got to look at touchdowns, because that's always the most important. Then I think you start to look at yardage and average, and Sean Dawkins had the touchdown, had the yardage, just a monster return season.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the touchdowns, I would think it would probably be Flash. It's based off the yardage, but since we do have a couple touchdowns, those are always important. And with yardage, I think Brandon Booker had a great season.
Yeah, Dawkins had one heck of a season. They had, I think, 1,400 kickoff return yards. It's just a question of, did those 1,400 yards stand up against Ricky Vaughn's 2 kick return touchdowns?
Well, let's find out. Flash Panda from the Philadelphia Liberty wins Returner of the Year. Congratulations, Flash Panda.
My boy.
Nice.
That's Junie.
What a nice render. I dig it. Okay, nominees for Punter of the Year are Doogie Smalls from the New York Silverbacks, Blago Cocotte from the Yellowknife Wraiths, the Matthew McDermott from the San Jose Sabercats, Alex from the Orange County Otters, and Sam, same sidekick from the Chicago Butchers. That should be Sam's sidekick. Tell me a little bit about these guys.
Well, I said it earlier. Inside the 20 is really important to me as a voter, and Alex had 23 of them at a 26% rate, which just seems crazy high. It's 8% more over Dougie, so that's impressive there, and a high average at 48. So stood out to me.
I would agree on that.
I was going to say, yeah, the 23 inside the 20 is always a good stat to look at.
Pretty epic. All right, let's see if the voters value pins. Alex D wins Punter of the Year. Congratulations.
It's not official. It's not official unless you say the last name.
That could be anyone. Alex D.
All right.
You gotta say the last name.
Alex, das ist wirklich Steinachname.
Nailed it.
There's no way that was wrong.
I also
Correct.
feel like he's been in the league for about 30 seasons now.
Very true. Like, I don't remember this guy ever not being here. So, congratulations, Alex.
Season 15. I had to check for myself.
Oof. All
He is
right.
a veteran.
The nominees for Kicker of the Year are Silver Banana of the Colorado Yeti, Carmichael Hunt of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, Matthew McDermott from the San Jose SaberCats, J.J. Jameson from the Arizona Outlaws, and Jacob Small of the Sarasota Sailfish.
I know you hate to automatically assume that an award is locked up before it's ever announced, but this is definitely Jacob Small's to lose. The guy didn't miss a kick all year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's close. If JJJJ just has the one field goal miss, got a lot more extra point makes.
Yeah, Key was too good this year. Not many field goal attempts for him.
Yeah,
Man.
I think the only knock you could really say against Small is that he didn't have any attempts from 50 or more, but that could also just speak to the prowess of the Sarasota offense. So
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think, yeah, like you said, he'd have to go Small just based on the fact that he didn't miss.
All right. Well, let's see who won. Whammo! Jacob Small of the Sarasota Sailfish wins Kicker of the Year. Congratulations, Jacob Small.
well deserved. I feel like if
Well-deserved.
you don't miss a kick all year, you absolutely 100% should win.
Yeah.
The chat's saying most field goals for a perfect season ever. So there you go.
Wow. Pretty epic. All right, nominees for Safety of the Year are Damian Blackfire of the Chicago Butchers, Sean Dawkins of the Honolulu Hahalua, Teddy Uderstruzen from the Sarasota Sailfish, Tyrone Biggums from the Orange County Otters, and Maverick Bowie of the Austin Copperheads. I'm just gonna say I got snubbed here, but let's go.
I would agree. The first thing I'd like people to consider is that Tunzi microwaves his salads, so you probably shouldn't pick him.
True.
But anybody else is a fine choice.
See, Damian Blackfire got 2 defensive touchdowns, but is that worth anything? No. So
He only has
I don't know.
70 tackles.
Yeah, I had literally double his tackles, but I'm not mad.
Yeah, I think it's
We can
Tyrone Biggums.
We can talk after stream, J-Poch.
All right.
I mean, he did have double your touchdowns, so.
Okay, 1 to 2 is different from 140 to 70, but yeah, let's find out who won Safety of the Year. It's a close one. Let's figure it out. Tyrone Biggums of the Orange County Otters wins Safety of the Year. Congratulations, Tyrone Biggums.
Congrats to Rev. That's my dude. Great guy.
Yeah, go Rev. All right, nominees for Cornerback of the Year are Ray Jackson from the Honolulu Hahalua, Colt Mendoza of the Austin Copperheads, Jim Waters of the Honolulu Hahalua, David Rector of the New Orleans Second Line, and Swantavius Jones from the Berlin Fire Salamanders. If David Rector does not win, I riot. He had the best season ever.
Yeah, I was going to say.
32 PDs. That's crazy.
Yeah, I will say that Swinty did have a very strong stat line to go against him, but yeah, the 32 pass deflections, I'm pretty sure locks us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swainty's great, but I think he played a lot around our formation. He had that one heck of a season, but yeah, Rector 7 touchdowns and 7 picks and 2 touchdowns, but that's insane, and it sucks they had to wait to the regression to have seasons like this.
Yeah. Well, let's see who won. David Rector, cornerback out of the New Orleans Second Line. Congratulations, David Rector.
Well deserved.
He just had a stupid season. 32 pass defenses, most interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Absolutely 100% deserved.
Yeah. Well, The nominees for linebacker of the year are Lawrence Bass of the San Jose SaberCats.
Bass.
Is it Bass? Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I am a dummy. Jared DeVille of the Sarasota Sailfish, Bush Light of the New Orleans second line, Griffin Porter from the Austin Copperheads, and Douglas Quaid of the Yellowknife Wraiths. I'm a music major, so that's why I said bass. Okay, now that that's cleared up, tell me a little about the noms.
Well, Griffin
I mean, this
Porter.
is just all around. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Griffin Porter had a really strong season with the amount of sacks and some interceptions. So 12 sacks, 3 picks. That's impressive. But I mean, everybody kind of dabbled in a lot of different things. The stat lines are all impressive.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Bush Light. Bush Light had 4 forced fumbles and 3 recoveries. You know, that's the kind of production you want to see out of one player, forcing those turnovers.
I will shout out Douglas Quaid from Yellowknife just because he is the only one on the list with a block punt.
Well,
And he has 2 touchdowns.
that's pretty epic. Like,
Oh, that's true.
wow.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
linebacker especially.
Are touchdowns still the same touchdowns as before?
I think forced fumbles might be the new touchdowns that touchdowns once were. Let's find out. Griffin Porter from the Austin Copperheads wins linebacker of the year. Congratulations, Griffin Porter. Pretty epic.
Yeah. 18 pass deflections is kind of crazy for a linebacker too.
Yeah. Oh, congrats again. The nominees for Defensive Tackle of the Year are Patrick Money of the Yellowknife Wraiths, Pete Miller of the Arizona Outlaws, Rodicus Scott of the Orange County Otters, Leon McDavid of the New York Silverbacks, and Claude Miller II of the Berlin Fire Salamanders.
I am just going to say this because he would never say it about himself. I think that Patrick Money deserves this, and he absolutely crushed it this season. I mean, I do think that it's between him and Claude Miller, or excuse me, him and Plop. But yeah, Money, you definitely did work this season, bud.
Yeah, I think the hard part is a lot of these stat lines are the similar. 1 tackle, close to 9 sacks, but Plop with the 10 sacks and the 1 forced fumble. I don't know if forced fumbles are worth more than tackles for loss, but the extra sack helps.
I'm going to say McDavid just for helping lead Silverbacks to a surprise playoff berth this year, #1 seed.
I like that logic, Cody.
Heck
Thank
yeah, Cody. All right, let's see what the deal is. Pete Miller of the Arizona Outlaws wins Defensive Tackle of the Year.
Like I
Congratulations.
said, this could have gone to any one of these guys. I mean,
Yeah. 10 sacks for a DT is very nice, though.
to that double digits that's big.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
All right. Nominees for Defensive End of the Year are Asher Montaigne of the Honolulu, blah, blah, blah. The Emmanuel Blackstone of the Colorado Yeti. Vaughn Hayes of the Chicago Butchers. Etrigan T. Slayer of the Baltimore Hawks. And Medicinal Toblerone of the New Orleans second line.
I think you have to go with Etrigan T. Slayer here. 21 tackles for loss, which is incredible. And if you don't believe it's incredible, believe me, Thiath would tell you it's incredible. And on top of that, he has a forced fumble recovery, and a safety. It's the most well-rounded stat line out of anyone here.
Something that I think is pretty funny is Shady would always say that it drove him crazy how great the super young defensive ends did. And that is definitely the case again with Slayer. So I would be surprised if he didn't win it as well.
Yeah, I think the others come close, but I think Slayer does edge them out a little bit.
A great rookie season.
All right, well, let's see if he did. Etrigan T. Slayer wins Defensive End of the Year. Congratulations, Thiath. Epic. All right. Nominees for Offensive Lineman of the Year, Fair Rubs Gang, are Dick Thruster from the Colorado Yeti, Calvin Galladay of the Arizona Outlaws, Byron Dawes of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, Bruce Buckley of the Yellowknife Wraiths, and Felix Archstone of the Baltimore Hawks. Tell me a little bit about these guys. I need pancakes. You know me.
Well-
Bruce Buckley had 87 pancakes and no sacks allowed, which is only one pancake shy of Galladay, who had 2 sacks allowed. So I think Buckley has the edge there.
As
And
the
Buckley had
incredible,
no penalties as well.
yeah, as the incredibly lucky quarterback to play behind Bruce Buckley, I appreciate you, and I believe this is your award to win, sir.
I was about to say, you don't see any dirt on Fly's jersey.
Well, let's find out who gives the fairest rubs of them all. Bruce Buckley of the Yellowknife Wraiths. Congratulations, Offensive Lineman of the Year, Bruce Buckley.
Also, just want to say that, like, what a year for him. He made the playoffs for the first time in the ISFL. He won the DSFL championship as a GM and won Offensive Lineman of the Year.
Epic. All right. The nominees for Tight End of the Year are Heath Evans of the Orange County Otters, James Angler of the Sarasota Sailfish, Tree Gelbman of the Chicago Butchers, and Dave Batista of the Philadelphia Liberty.
Not even talking about receiving stats, 'cause I know we'll get to it. Gelbman had 52 pancakes and no sacks allowed, which is more than some offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat for a tight end. 50 pancakes is insane.
You also have to look at Heath Evans. He was the only tight end with more than 1,000 receiving yards, and he also had 6 touchdowns to go with that. And he had 31 pancakes, which is a very respectable number for a tight end. Especially, I'm pretty sure he's vertical threat as well.
Yeah, Heath. I think the rumor was that Heath wanted to go to OCO to win some tight end of the year awards, and
It worked.
Obviously, it worked out because they had one heck of a year, and 1,000 yards for a tight end is fantastic.
I just want to give a shout out to Frick Dave Batista. If he was with Philly for the entire year, he might have a chance at this. He really boosted our offense in the second half of the season.
Well, let's see if any of you are right. Hoo-hoo, Tree Gelbman, Tight End of the Year. Congratulations, Tree Gelbman of the Chicago Butchers.
Those pancakes.
Yeah, I was about to say, those pancakes came in clutch. I mean, I'm pretty happy for him, and I'm pretty proud of the GMs for noticing it.
What have we all said? Pancakes are the new touchdowns. Uh-huh. All right. Awesome. Okay, nominees.
Pancakes are the new touchdowns.
Wow, that was good. That was good. Nominees of Wide Receiver of the Year are Doug Howlett of the Baltimore Hawks, Michael with the block from the Sarasota Sailfish, Taro Ramon of the Arizona Outlaws, Sean O'Leary of the Chicago Butchers, and Kai Sakura from the Yellowknife Wraiths.
This is a close one.
Yeah, I think it's got to be O'Leary on this one, though.
I'm between O'Leary and With a Block. With a Block had about 100 more yards, but O'Leary had one more touchdown.
And with the block at a higher average, he had the best average by far out of anyone here.
I'd
Yeah.
call him without a block because he doesn't have any pancakes listed. But
Got him.
he had a good season. I mean, the 100 yards, I don't know, roughly equals the touchdown, I guess. But it's close between them and O'Leary, and Tierra Ramon came in strong with a solid year with the 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he had second most in the league receiving.
I will give a quick shout out to my boy Sakura. But yeah, I definitely think that With a Block is going to be hard to beat out here.
Well, let's see how hard he was to beat. really hard. All right. Congratulations, Michael with the block, for winning wide receiver of the year. Nice.
Well deserved.
Yep,
Well
absolutely.
deserved. All right. Nominees for running back of the year are Mike Rochburns of the New Orleans second line, Marcelo Tariki of the New Orleans second line, Joseph Petrangelo of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, and Zoe Watts of the Austin Copperheads.
So I'll be the homer here. Joe is fantastic. He had one heck of a year. Almost 2,000 total yards, and probably would have got it if we hadn't started to be more pass heavy, even though he spent some time in the slot. We took away some of his carries there at the end of the year. 18 touchdowns. So that's where I'm at. Zoe Watts also had a fantastic season. I think actually reaching that 2,000 yards. So it was tough vote.
Yeah, it's between those two. For sure.
I will say that I do think it is between those two, but 19 rushing touchdowns by Bex is pretty awesome as well.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of the second line as a team, they had the most rushing touchdowns in the league and second most rushing yards. So props to both of those players.
Yeah. They are pretty cool. Let's see who brings it home. Joseph Petrangelo of the Arizona Outlaws. Congratulations on winning running back of the year.
Yeah.
Finally earning that salary.
Yeah.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Can add
Yeah,
a
way to go,
trophy
Joe.
to that top hat. Heck
Yeah, Joe's great.
So
Well deserved.
Joe is still on the Outlaws. That's cool. Guess we have 3 running backs now.
Nice. I don't make the slides. Woohoo!
That's
Okay,
fine.
nominees
Just
for
give us a pick.
nominees for quarterback of the year: Suleiman Ramza from the Orange County Otters, Mike Boss Jr. of the Sarasota Sailfish, Chika Fujiwara of the Baltimore Hawks, JQ of the Arizona Outlaws, and Colby Jack of the Yellowknife Wraiths.
I think I know who Fly wants to win.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I think I got the fantasy champ, JQ, everyone's star.
Yeah,
Fantasy.
34
J-
touchdowns.
JQ also had the highest completion percentage in the league, with 60.2%.
Yeah, JQ was awesome with the 306 rushing yards and 5.5 yards per carry.
That's pretty
Yeah.
epic.
One
Best
rushing
passer
touchdown.
rating as well.
Well, let's see if JQ becomes J-Win. Nope. You're wrecked.
Oh.
Congratulations, Colby Jack, for winning
Who?
quarterback of the year. Colby Jack.
Congrats, Fly.
What the heck?
Rigged.
What the heck?
Rigged.
Does anyone even know who that is?
I don't even know.
That's incredibly awesome. It's actually the first award in 2 players that I've ever won as a user. Thank you guys. That was awesome.
Big congratulations.
Well deserved.
Epic. All right. Let's look at the nominees for Offensive Breakout Player of the Year. The nominees are Dick Thruster of the Colorado Yeti, Tree Gelbman of the Chicago Butchers, Joseph Petrangelo of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, the Tero Ramon from the Arizona Outlaws, and Killian Chambers of the Philadelphia Liberty.
All right, I'm going to sound like a homer here, but I think Taro Ramon deserves this. He went from 300 yards to 1,300 yards and 0 touchdowns to 11 touchdowns. I don't think there's much of an argument that Joe had the best season overall here, but I mean, he was touchdown vulture Danny King last season, away from being running back of the year probably too.
Yeah. As much as I love Joe's improvement, I think I actually voted Ramon, just because that's incredible. An extra 1,000 yards and just go from 0 touchdowns to 11. Dick Thruster deserves some respect too, upping the pancakes by just about 30 and taking away all not allowing a single sack. So that's a huge step forward as an O lineman.
Yeah, I was about to say, following DeWalt, even just to be on this list as an O lineman is an accomplishment. So, hats off to Dick Thruster.
I'll give a
I
shout
will
out
say-
to Killian too. I mean, he pretty much doubled all his stats from last year.
Yeah, I will say as like when myself and Money were voting for this, we kind of argued. I personally thought it was Raymond from Arizona, and he thought it was more Petrangelo. So I mean, I do think it's between those two. But I mean, crazy jumps for all of these guys.
Let's find out who is the offensive player of the year, breakout player of the year, and it's Tero Ramon. Congratulations for winning offensive breakout player of the year. Nice. Well deserved.
Absolutely.
All right, so the nominees for Defensive Breakout Player of the Year are Bob Roberts from the New York Silverbacks, Albert Rushman of the Colorado Yeti, Fondil My Balls of the Sarasota Sailfish, Guy Fields of the Honolulu Hahalua, and Asher Montaigne of the Honolulu Hahalua.
I don't think there's much of a debate on this one. It's got to be Guy Fields.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know I was up for this award, so that's cool.
Epic. Okay.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I guess it's Guy
yeah,
Fields then.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It wasn't! Oh, Bob Roberts, congratulations on winning Defensive Breakout Player of the Year. You guys
Give it
were
to
pretty
Zane,
confident.
really?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of
Congrats,
picks added in
Zane.
there. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Epic. All right, nominees for Offensive Rookie of the Year are Mike Boss Jr. from the Sarasota Sailfish, Mike Rochburns from the New Orleans Second Line, Yaya Ding Dong of the San Jose SaberCats, Felix Arkstone from the Baltimore Hawks, and Darren Palma from the Arizona Outlaws.
I'm not sure that he's going to get the love here, but Felix Archstone, that is a very awesome season for a rookie. And then I do want to give a shout out to Mike Boss because I'm a quarterback and I love quarterbacks.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I want to double on the shout out to Felix Hartstone. Glim's had a good rookie season, but it's hard to pass up on a QB who's putting up the stat line like that and leading their team to the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's see how it played out. There's the button. Mike Boss Jr. Congratulations on winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Quarterback bias. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He earned it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe a little bit of bias, but still very well deserved. Great season by him.
Yeah. Pretty epic. All right. Nominees for Defensive Rookie of the Year are GBT McJimerson of the Yellowknife Wraiths, Damian Blackfire of the Chicago Butchers, Doy Fieri of the Philadelphia Liberty, Etrigan T. Slayer of the Baltimore Hawks, and Teddy Uderstruzen of the Sarasota Sailfish.
So if I can real quick, it's a funny story from Yellowknife. I know that Uber and Teddy had a bet between the two of them that if one of them won, the other would retire. I think it would be pretty funny to see one of them win, but I do think that Damien has this locked up.
Yeah, Blackfire had one heck of a season. I was gonna say the 2 touchdowns obviously stands out above the rest, but 7 sacks for a safety is pretty nice too.
Yeah, I mean, all the stats on here are pretty impressive for rookies. I mean, Etrigan's got the defense. He won defensive end of the year. It's nice to see a Philly guy in there. And my partner in crime, Fieri.
Heck yeah. Well, let's find out. Etrigan T. Slayer, congratulations on winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good thing his forum
Yeah.
name is Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Smart. Okay.
And
It's
he
our
won.
Discord name.
Getting that defensive end of the year really. I mean, that's going to boost your.
Yeah. Nice. All right, let's look at the nominees for Offensive Performance of the Year. Marcelo Tariki from the New Orleans second line for their performance in Week 15. Garfield Despacito Jr. from the Orange County Otters for their performance during Week 5. JQ of the Arizona Outlaws for their performance in Week 8. Keo Ketokane Makai, maybe, from the Honolulu Hahalua for their performance in Week 15, and Raptalia-chan from the Sarasota Sailfish for their performance in Week 2. Tell me a little about these performances.
I mean, this will sound super biased coming from another quarterback, but I do think that going 26 of 39 for 377 and 5 touchdowns does give JQ a slight uptick. However, the stat line that Bex put up, 20 attempts for 93 yards and 4 touchdowns is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Despacito Jr. too for Orange County, going over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns in a game as a wide receiver. That's big.
On 6 catches, half of his catches were touchdowns.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
nuts.
just going off that's nuts.
Well, let's see who was Offensive Performance of the Year. Congratulations, Marcelo Tariki. You won Offensive Performance of the Year. Nice.
Touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns. Pretty epic. Okay.
Touchdowns are the new touchdowns.
That's a fact. Nominees for Defensive Performance of the Year are Damian Blackfire for their performance in Week 3. Swintavious Jones of Berlin Fire Salamanders for their performance also in Week 3. Lawrence Bass of the San Jose SaberCats for their performance in Week 9. Stanislav Konek-Polsky from the Arizona Outlaws for their performance in Week 4. And I Heart Syracuse from the Baltimore Hawks for their performance in Week 1.
I absolutely hated voting on this award because it was very close. I mean, it's a lot of defensive backs that put up similar stats, a couple of picks, a touchdown. I don't think you can blame anybody for going any which direction. So I don't even remember who I voted because they were all so good.
I think it's a toss-up for the Week 3 nominees between Blackfire, Swanty,
Yeah,
exact same stat line, both big games, same week. It's got to be
I
one
was
of them.
gonna say, funny enough that they played each other that week, and it was a 1-point victory by the Butchers. So it's tough to pick between the two.
Well,
I know on our end, I believe that we went with Blackfire. After a great game, so it was either him or Stanislaw. I mean, I think that they both, all of these performances are pretty awesome. So
nice. Well, let's see who pulled it out. Stanislaw Konek-Polsky. Congratulations for winning Defensive Performance of the Year. What a render. I don't think I've ever seen that render before. It's pretty epic.
No, I've never seen that. That's beautiful.
Oh, well.
Classic.
Nominees for General Managers of the Year are Amidshipson Kyle for the Austin Copperheads, Frostbite and Sacrosanct from the Sarasota Sailfish, Wolkers and Westfield of the New York Silverbacks, Bailey Island and Mewford for the Chicago Butchers, and Fly Eagles Fly 29 and P Money for the Yellowknife Wraiths.
Well, since Fly's not here to talk about himself, I'll take care of that. I think a lot of people thought our conference was going to be pretty muddy, and there was a lot of parity, but they ran away with it and ran away with it all the way to an Ultimus. So I think that's where I landed.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Wolkers and Westy. Having the Silverbacks, I think in the number 1 seed in their division for the playoffs in just their second or third season is very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Yellowknife hadn't won the championship, I would say it's or with Walkers and Dusty, but
Well,
you gotta give Fly MP money.
yeah. Let's see how it ended up. Walkers in Westfield, congratulations on winning GM of the Year.
Very much deserved.
Yeah.
I know
Great
that's who we voted for. You guys have done a great job turning, going from an expansion team to the playoffs in 2 seasons. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's fantastic.
pretty jealous.
Yeah. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. All right. Nominees for Offensive Player of the Year are Zoe Watts for the Austin Copperheads, Michael Withablock from the Sarasota Sailfish, Joseph Petrangelo with the Berlin Fire Salamanders, Colby Jack of the Yellowknife Wraiths, and JQ of the Arizona Outlaws. We've already talked about all these
I'm gonna
guys,
stick with,
but
yeah, I'm gonna stick with Joe on this one.
Who's
I think
pretty-
he's going to.
yeah.
Yeah, the quarterback play is always important, but like I said earlier, with Offensive Player of the Year, I like to take team records out of it. So I went with Joe just for the yards and the touchdowns, but Kobe Jack and JQ were up there, and like I said, Watts had one heck of the year themselves too, just a little bit short on the touchdowns, but
Super true. Let's see how it played out. JQ, congratulations on winning Offensive Player of the Year. Wow.
Well
Yeah.
deserved.
Congrats.
Well,
Fantasy King.
Heck of a season.
True.
He
Money
was
man
not the
up.
fantasy king.
I don't know anything about this league. I told you guys.
he is the Fantasy King.
This Fantasy King going in, he stayed Fantasy King.
True. Awesome. Okay. Nominees for Defensive Player of the Year are David Rector of the New Orleans Second Line, Tyrone Biggums of the Orange County Otters, Etrigan T. Slayer of the Baltimore Hawks, Griffin Porter of the Austin Copperheads, and Douglas Quaid of the Yellowknife Wraiths.
So I will say there's a possibility here that Slayer comes out of this with the trifecta, but I still think it goes back to the season that David Rector had with 7 interceptions and 32 pass deflections. I think that this is his award.
I'm gonna have to agree there. That's just as I said it before. That's just an insane line from a corner.
I'm sticking with Slayer. He's gonna get the triple crown here.
All right, let's see who brings it out. David Rector, congratulations on winning Defensive Player of the Year. What an epic season.
Yeah, fantastic.
Congrats.
Yeah, he definitely put together like the LeBron James type season from the DSFL. What a great year.
True. All right. Moving on to the nominees for Most Dedicated Member. The nominees are Punter715, Pat. The Wolkers, numbers 124715, Laser, and the Sim Transfer Team. All these people.
It's got to be the
deserve it.
center.
Yeah, I would imagine it's the same transfer team, or Pat. He was a big member of the
True.
Sim transfer team. He's been doing a lot of write-ups for the
Very true.
migration, and he took over the GM chat for a while. Everyone was named Pat. The Pat
Still are.
cult is moving in.
Glory to our Lord Pat. Well,
No matter who
everyone-
wins, I mean,
Yeah.
every one of you guys have put in a ton of work, and every one of us appreciates it. That's for sure.
Super true.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see who brings it home. The Sim Transfer Team, a dog in a box, I guess. That's pretty epic. I head up the Sim Transfer Team, but it couldn't be possible. Like, none of the Sim Transfer could be possible without Pat, without Swanty, without Slate. Like, these guys put in so many hours so we can look at the data. They look at the data too, but like they put tons and tons of effort into testing and finding stuff out that we need to find out, because like testing's super hard in the new sim. So it really takes a lot of manpower to get through all the data and really process it all. So
Yeah, 100%
So was
deserved.
Pat actually robbed on that one, or didn't
I
Did
think
he
Pat
win on that
won.
one?
Pat,
he rob
Pat,
himself on that one?
Congratulations,
Pat
you
won
played yourself.
and is the runner-up. So it's pretty epic.
It was the
But-
way to vote for yourself without actually voting for yourself.
Yeah. Really, really smart way to do it. I don't know. Is this the first time a group of people has won MDM? Because that might be pretty epic.
I have to imagine that.
Maybe there's a wiki article for that.
Who knows? Someone find out. It's pretty epic. But that'll be great. Thank you so much, Sim Transfer Team, for all the work you do. All right. The nominees for Most Valuable Player are Colby Jack from the Yellowknife Wraiths, JQ of the Arizona Outlaws, Zoe Watts of the Austin Copperheads, Joseph Petrangelo of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, and David Rector of the New Orleans Second Line. Who wins it?
Kobe Jack. Because
Jack.
the touchdown to interception ratio, the team record, I think that seeing Q win Offensive Player of the Year just means that this one was meant for Jack.
As much as I would love to see a defensive player win it, I'm going to have to agree. I think it's going to Jack.
Yeah, I would agree too. It's going to go to Fly.
I want to lower Fly's ego a little bit, so I'm going to go Joseph Petrangelo. Let's see
Yes, please.
who wins. Colby Jack, MVP. Congratulations, Fly.
You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Fly. Well deserved.
I will take a quick second to say none of that is possible without the awesome team that we have in Yellowknife and the amazing simming that P Money does. Thank you guys for everything that you do. Thank you for the award. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Really,
Congratulations.
really nice job. Fly. And everyone on Yellowknife. And everyone in the league. You're all awesome. Here we go. Okay. So thanks for tuning into the award stream. 60 of you are still here. We have the Prospect Bowl Day 2 coming up tomorrow. We got the ISFL Draft some point in the week. I think it might be Thursday. I might be wrong. Wait, tomorrow's Thursday.
Friday, I believe.
It's Friday.
Friday. It's
The
Gotta get down on Friday.
ISFL Draft is on Friday. And then the Day 3 of the Prospect Bowl is on Tuesday next week. And then the DSFL Draft is on next Friday, maybe? I should know, but I don't. So, please check the schedule, tune in, support your fellow players, see some epic content, and yeah, everything's at 8 p.m. Thank you all for watching, and bye, I guess.